First day didn't go smoothly. Ira's hand shook slightly as she typed. The development tool interface had changed a lot in 5 years. Every time she clicked something, a different panel opened up, full of terms she hadn't used since her early 20s. She'd worn her hair up, blazer pressed, a notepad beside her keyboard with her to-do list written in perfect bullet points. At 10 a.m., she'd accidentally overwritten her test file. At 10:30, she had saved her draft over the wrong branch on version control. By noon, she was sitting in the break room, staring at her coffee cup like it might contain the answers to the universe. Noah appeared without a sound and placed a small square brownie on a napkin in front of her. "From the vending machine," he said. "Not toxic, probably." Ira blinked. "Is this a peace offering or a bribe?" "Neither," he said, sitting across from her. "It's a quiet reminder that version control disasters are part of the ritual. Everyone's done it. Me, Greg, our lead artist, once merged his whole project into the recycle bin." Ira exhaled, the tension cracking just enough to let out a laugh. "I feel ancient in there," she muttered, glancing out the window at the young, energetic team. "They're all moving so fast. I still type like a grandma." Noah tilted his head. "You've been out of the field for years. Of course you're rusty, but rust can be sanded off. Talent can't be faked." She studied him. His voice was always even, calm, like he didn't believe in dramatics, but there was no pity in his eyes. Just respect, a quiet kind of belief. "I'll stay late," she said. "You don't need to. I want to." Noah nodded once. "Then I'll order dinner." By Thursday, she'd started finding her rhythm. The code didn't intimidate her as much. Her lines ran cleaner. Playtesters started asking for her input. She joked with the team. She stopped bringing her notepad. And for the first time in years, Ira looked forward to mornings. At home, the twins adjusted too. Eli started drawing robot monsters for her new game. Amelia sat beside her in the evenings, asking to test the music levels. Noah would check in, sometimes at odd hours, sending her debugging notes, fixing merge conflicts without a word, replying with "done" at 2:14 a.m. She found herself smiling at his messages more than she meant to. One night, while walking her out, he paused by the elevator. "Your kids," he said carefully. "You talk about them like they're the best thing you've ever done." "They are," he nodded. "If you ever need help, pickups, drop-offs, anything, let me know, I don't mind." Ira blinked. "That's very generous. I just think," he said slowly, "it's easier to build something strong when you're not doing it all alone." The elevator dinged. Ira stepped in, watching him through the narrowing doors. Her heart was quieter now, not frozen, not breaking, just warm. First gift arrived on a Wednesday. Ira found it on the small welcome mat outside her apartment. A black velvet box with a silver clasp. Inside, a diamond bracelet, cold and glittering. No note. She stared at it for a long time, then closed the box, set it on the counter, and moved on with her evening. The second gift came 2 days later. Bouquet. No cardigan, just 30 roses, red and suffocating. Smell filled her entire kitchen. She didn't put them in water, just tossed them in the trash and washed her hands slowly, like rinsing off something sticky. That night, her phone buzzed. Keon. "You okay?" She stared at the screen, didn't reply. The next day, a voice message. "I know I messed up. You don't have to shut me out. We're still family, Ira." She deleted it. Then he started showing up. At the twins' school pickup, at the grocery store, once outside Nova, leaning against his car like the past hadn't happened. "You look busy," he said that day with a faint, rehearsed smile. Ira's response was calm, cold. "Don't do this, Keon. I just want to talk." "No," she said, walking past him. "You want control." His face flickered, just for a second. The charm fractured. "You're really gonna let some washed-up high school geek raise my kids?" She stopped walking, turned. Her voice was quiet, deadly. "Do not talk about Noah. Not to me, not in front of them. Not ever." He blinked, taken off guard. "So, it is serious." "It's mine," she said, "whatever it becomes." The storm started with a message. 2 Nova leads. Subject, urgent. Build leak traced to Ira Lane's repo. This is a formal alert. A corrupted version of the prototype was uploaded under Ms. Lane's credentials. Malicious tampering suspected. A full audit is in progress. Ira read the email 3 times before she registered the blood draining from her hands. Her fingers hovered above the keyboard. What? A crowd of quiet whispers bloomed behind her. The office slowed like someone had pulled a brake. Noah wasn't there yet. The studio director had called a staff meeting for 11. It was only 10:15. By 10:17, her access to the build server was revoked. By 10:19, she was being asked, politely, to step into the conference room. The air was stale. She sat alone at the long table. Her laptop sat in front of her untouched. The HR manager kept clearing his throat. The design lead avoided eye contact. "We're not accusing you," the HR rep said slowly, "but protocol is protocol. It was your login. File pushed through your sandbox." "I didn't push it," Ira said. Her voice was calm, but her heart pounded. "I haven't even opened that build folder in 3 days." "Then how do you explain this?" The lead artist slid over a printed copy of the server log. She looked down. There it was, a perfect timestamp. Her her username, her password hash. Ira opened her mouth to speak, but nothing came out. This wasn't a mistake. This was a setup. At 10:35, the conference room door opened. Noah walked in, and every head turned. His face was unreadable. Not angry, not surprised, just focused. "I'll take over from here," he said, voice flat. The HR rep blinked. "We just started." "I said," Noah repeated. "I'll take it from here." They left without arguing. Noah sat in the seat beside her, opened his laptop, said nothing. Ira stared at him. "It's not me." "I know," he replied instantly. Her throat tightened. "They revoked my access." I restored it. A pause. "They said the file came from my sandbox." "It did." Ira's breath hitched. "But," Noah continued, tilting his screen toward her, "not from your terminal. Remote log. Traced it 15 minutes ago. It was routed through an internal relay. From a masked endpoint." He clicked. The screen changed. An IP address. A list of internal user IDs. Then, at the bottom, one name, Celine Winters. By noon, her access was fully reinstated. By 1 p.m., the staff meeting was rescheduled. By 1:05, Noah took the podium in the central workspace. The entire floor stood watching. "Yesterday," he said, "a leak compromised our early access prototype. Today, we traced that breach to an internal user, deliberately using someone else's credentials to frame them. No names, no drama, just fact." Celine, who had been invited as a consultant on Nova's marketing team, stood frozen near the exit. Her face was blank. Kian, who'd arrived late, looked from Noah to her, and for once, said nothing. Later that day in the elevator, Era turned to Noah.
"You didn't have to go that hard," he shrugged. "She played stupid games, won stupid consequences."
Ira snorted. "You're starting to sound like Eli." Noah smiled. "He's got a good head." The elevator dinged. As they stepped off, Noah added, quietly, "I'll protect what's mine." He didn't say you, but he didn't have to. The article dropped on a Monday. Headline: Nova's rising star or corporate favoritism? Anonymous claims spark debate. No byline, no sources. But the subtext was clear. The accusations spread across developer forums like wildfire. Ira Lane, newly rehired, romantically involved with the studio director, receiving preferential treatment. Old photos were pulled, group lunches, shared jokes, one video of her laughing at something Noah had whispered. No context, just fuel. Noah found out before Ira did. He was sitting in his office, phone vibrating with alerts, when the studio's PR lead forwarded him the piece. His jaw locked. He picked up his phone, called Ira, and said only, "Don't read anything, just come in, we'll handle it." But she had already seen it. She stood in her kitchen in silence, the article open on her phone. The twins were at the table, drawing quietly. Ira stared at the screen, lips pressed together, not in rage, but in clarity. She knew who sent it. Only one man had motive. Only one had once told her, "If you ever leave, no one will believe you built anything without me." She walked to the twins, kissed their heads, and handed them over to the sitter without a word. Then she drove to Nova. The confrontation wasn't planned. She arrived at the studio just as Keon did. He was waiting outside. Again. This time, not smug, not smiling. There was fury in his eyes, and for once, no mask. "You want to be the victim so badly?" he snapped, stepping in her path. "Fine, but don't pretend like he didn't give you a shortcut." Ira didn't blink. "You're the one who gave me shortcuts, Keon, and every one of them came with a price." He scoffed. "So you're sleeping your way up again? Is that it?" People were watching now. Nova staff at the glass entrance froze. Someone held a coffee halfway to their lips. Noah stepped out of the building, eyes fixed on Keon like a sniper lining up a shot. "Say that again," he said, voice too soft. Keon turned. "I said she's not where she is because of talent." Noah didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He took 3 steps forward. "You think tearing her down makes you taller?" Keon sneered. "I built her." Noah stared at him, then looked at Ira. "You didn't build her," he said. "You delayed her." Silence fell. Then, applause, scattered. Honest. Ira didn't cry. She didn't even smile. She just exhaled and walked past both of them. That night, Celine's name trended for all the wrong reasons. So did Keon's. Ira turned off her phone, then sat on the couch between Eli and Amelia and played a level of their favorite platformer with them. She lost on purpose. Then did the dishes. And later, when she lay in bed with the lights off, she didn't think of revenge or retribution. She just thought, it's finally over.